Hello, and welcome to Circulus, a 5th edition homebrew D&D campaign. I am your dungeon master for this evening, or morning, or... time shifting is weird, I don't know. My name is Crash, some people call me Aaron, and with me today are a bunch of people who have realized that maybe the DM shouldn't just throw more and more low-level creatures against them if they don't want a 3-hour recording session. But that was last week. With me are such diverse elements as Akari / Chris, who is playing who?
I'm playing Vex'Sarin Silvar, a half-elf ranger.
And where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Akari_mag, or you can find me on my podcast, which is As Well Coast to Coast, which is atct.com. Yes, I think.
My notes say azerothctc.com, but...
That's probably more accurate.
Okay.
It's 1 in the morning, okay?
I've actually been putting that in the show notes every week, so it's in there. All right, and we also have Jen. Jen, who are you playing?
I am playing Meepo Chippedclaw, a Kobold Sorcerer.
And we can find you online also. Where can we find you?
My website is called Book of Jen, and that's bookofjen.net.
We also have Tom. Tom, who are you playing?
Playing Panqarim Darkstone, the Gnome Barbarian.
We also have Logan. Logan, who are you playing?
I am playing as Fenix, and I'm a Dragonborn Paladin.
And we have Eric / Synergy. Eric, who are you playing?
Hi guys, I'm playing Obaim Metalcaster, a Dwarf Cleric.
And we can find you where?
You can find me at votekick.com. The podcast is, well, let's put it this way, just an announcement right here on here. We are going to be changing to Openly Geek. We're going to be changing to a podcast called Openly Geek, but you can still find that on votekick.com.
Fantastic. You heard it here first. The 3 of you who listen. And we also have Matt, who'll be playing Aristobulous Ravenscroft, a human wizard, but he is running a little late, so he will be joining us in a bit. Okay, in our last adventure, in our last session, last week, the party killed a lot of elemental creatures that were flying around. They were mephits, they were various permutations of salt water, doing horrible things, but you destroyed them all. There was, of course, a monster with lots of tentacles that would have been really dangerous if it hadn't been pickling itself in salty brine for who knows how many centuries. And then you found what was basically a treasure room, and dollars don't exist on Circulus, but if they did, you'd have dollar signs in your eyes from the amount of gold and silver and everything that I linked you in Discord. You also found a fairly large salt crystal, which had something inside of it that was incredibly magical. And looted that, of course. And that's where we ended the session, because it was really late, and that was a good stopping point. However, you're still all kind of hanging out in about 2 feet of really, really, really salty water. So salty that you cannot see more than an inch under the surface. Except for those of you who are riding various magical animals. Vex, how about you refresh our memory? Which animals are part of the party right now?
We have Barnabas the Goat.
Which Meepo is riding as a mount.
Yep. We have Lord Tubbington's the Mastiff, which I believe Obaim is riding.
Yes, I am.
And we have Eddie the Lion, which I believe Punk is riding.
See.
Fantastic. Okay. Those of you who are capable of casting magical spells...
Wagon.
You cannot cast Wagon at this time.
I can dream!
No, you can cast Wagon, but the material component for that spell is a wagon.
Wagon is my Mjolnir.
just have this image of Fenix holding out his hand, and a wagon just flies to the wall. He grabs it.
And no one can pick up the wagon but him.
Don't encourage
Only
him.
if you're worthy. I'm sorry, what was that?
Don't encourage him. He'll try and wheel the wagon like Meow Meow.
I'm on board with this. I
Lightning
don't see the
strikes
problem.
through the wagon.
It just so happens that there aren't any wagons hanging out in this flooded salt mine, unfortunately. Anyone who can cast spells, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Is it for humanoids?
No, it is not.
Okay.
And
that's
actually,
a 7.
give me a perception check also for something different.
Oh, a
Sorry.
2's pretty good.
You want 2 perception checks?
No, everyone just gives me 1.
1. Gotcha.
Obaim is 18.
I rolled a 20.
Vex is 8.
I rolled a 2.
15.
Okay. So Panq and Meepo
Mm-hmm.
both get the sense that the cave system you're in is a little more unstable than you'd like it to be.
I rolled an 18 so I can hear it too.
Okay. I didn't hear that earlier, so sorry about that. So Obaim also realizes this. Leaving is switching from I really don't like this place, let's leave, to maybe we should leave sooner rather than later. Now, you're not at the point where you're going to be doing an Indiana Jones running through the caverns as they collapse behind you yet, but you're starting to notice this. Meepo and Obaim, with your experience with the arcane and spiritual arts, you also get the sense that there was something that was permeating the area that you didn't even realize was there. You notice it now that it's gone. Like if there was some white noise and somebody turns it off the speaker, and then you notice the silence when you didn't notice the white noise before, that's kind of what you're encountering here. There was something going on, and now it's not going on anymore. And the stopping point was when Vex grabbed the salt crystal that was glowing, and now he's just holding it. And the glow fades a little bit from it.
I don't know if you guys can feel this, but we might want to get an early exit out of here as fast as possible.
This is
GTFO.
not a good cave. Not good. Gotta go.
I'm still holding this giant crystal. What do you want me to do with it?
Drop it. Let's go.
I'll drop it.
It makes a very loud splash, and you can see the glow under the water. The glow is fading a little bit, but it hasn't faded out completely.
Bark,
Hey, Matt.
Allie.
My neighbors.
Is there any way Matt can check out this? Sorry, not Matt.
Ari.
Ari can check out this crystal and see if obviously we gotta get out of here because stuff is about to happen. But is there any way Ari can examine this thing so we can maybe see if we want to keep it or get the heck out of here?
Oh, in fact, he did examine it last week. And it is the most magical thing he has seen in a very long time.
So I shouldn't just drop it and leave it?
You
It was
probably
blinding me,
shouldn't have
wasn't it?
dropped it into the salt water, no.
I pick it back up at the salt water.
Yeah, it was trying to blind me, I believe, or blind something. Yeah, detect magic was blinding me.
Yeah, when you cast Detect Magic, magical items will emanate a glow, and this was so magical, it was like looking into the sun.
Well, let's go ahead and secure this and get the heck out of here.
I'm all for that.
I can throw it in my pocket dimension or whatever I have.
Ooh,
I have
that
a-
might be helpful.
I have a haversack.
Okay.
It saves
Either
us
one.
carrying this thing around because it's fairly large, right?
I
It's
agree.
about half the size of your head.
And might attract attention.
I agree. That's a good idea.
Throw it in the portable dimension or whatever the hell the thing is.
Throw the
The
portable
portable hole.
dimension somewhere so I can put it in.
Throw it against the wall.
Okay. You throw it
Yep.
against the wall.
Did the chicken come out?
No, you still hear the chicken in there, and you hear
Good.
some panic squawks because when you toss it up against the wall, it's not
Uh-huh.
all completely above the water line.
Oh.
So some salt
Oh,
water
and
rushes in.
And I still have a dead body in there. I gotta get rid of.
Yeah, well, that dead body might get
yeah.
pickled at this point.
That's fine.
and
I want to pull the dead body out and throw it in the water.
Okay, so you do that. Barnabas struggles a little bit against the current of the salt water rushing into the portable hole, but he's able to hold his own.
Okay.
Okay. Meepo was
And
a
then
little
throw
nervous
the,
for a minute, I guess.
Throw the crystal in there with the chicken's name that I cannot remember, something Junior.
You named the little
Buddy Junior.
Buddy
Oh,
Junior.
Little Buddy. It was way better, Little Buddy. I don't
Little-
remember.
So little buddy, just stay back and just throw the crystal in there and close it up.
After the conversation I had with Little Buddy, I aimed for Little Buddy and threw it at him.
Oh,
He was not nice to me last time we spoke.
to be fair, you couldn't prove to him that you were not someone who was going to eat him.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm just saying him because you said him. So we
Beyond the shadow of reasonable doubt.
Yeah. It has survived for a considerable amount of time in that portable hole. No one knows how. Well, I do, but never mind about that.
If the
And he
chicken
intends
doesn't
to
fit,
continue.
you must quit.
Okay, so you toss this crystal into the portable hole. You fold the portable hole back up. And I'm assuming you start heading back the way you came?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
swiftly.
As swift as you can through 2 feet of salty brine. Okay, so as you enter
How
the
long have we
chamber,
been down here?
You're not quite sure. All you know is that dawn broke very recently, because your bag of tricks refreshed.
So would you say over an hour for Natural Explorer?
You've been here over an hour, but you weren't
Or-
traveling for over an hour because a portion of that time you were taking a short rest.
He's not wrong.
If you'd been traveling for over an hour, then I'd be happy with it, but the
No,
combat
it's
only
fine,
lasted
just-
over an hour because I made a mistake and threw a whole bunch of little things at you. Okay, so as you're going through the chamber that has the now dead and pickled monstrosity that you pummeled to death as it was writhing in whateverishness, you hear some voices. You don't need to make a perception check because they are calling out. You hear one voice saying, "Hello? Hello, is anyone there?" And you hear another voice going, "God, what is... Oh... ugh." But they are 2 distinctly different voices.
Yes, we're down here. Hello.
Ah, good. Over here.
I pulled out the can
two,
opener.
2 people slosh up from the south, from the way you came, actually. One of them is a clean-shaven man with short black hair, wearing leather armor, and he's holding a short sword out that the sword is glowing. Those of you who can cast a spell assume that the sword is glowing because it's had a light cantrip cast on it. It's glowing in a very similar fashion to that, so that's your first assumption, although it could be something else.
Is it?
Yes?
Is it Bobo Baggins?
It is not, in fact, Bilbo Baggins. No, this is a human.
Does it look like Sergeant Dente?
This is not Sheriff Dente, no. This
Sheriff
is a different
Dente.
person who you have not seen before. And he is accompanied by someone wearing wizard's robes, who he also has short black hair, but he is not clean shaven. He has this magnificent mustache that is long and goes out and curls up, sort of like the villains you would see in a really old silent film.
Or a hipster at a bar.
Or perhaps, yes. He does have the little triangular goatee point to go with it. But
I don't like him already.
Well, he doesn't like anything about this. He appears to be casting prestidigitation on himself, repeatedly trying to get the salt water out of his robes.
Good luck, buddy.
Which
Not gonna work, mister.
Yeah,
Good luck, Nancy.
Work.
It's a Sisyphusan enterprise, shall we say.
Yes.
And apparently he's used this to get other things out of his robes also, because he hasn't been doing this for his leather-clad friend, who apparently has some bloodstains and stuff on his leather. They have seen some combat recently. But the wizard is very into what he's doing. He's not paying that much attention to the world around him so much. The person holding the short sword smiles and says, "Thank goodness. After the cave-in that happened up in the town level, some rescue parties were sent out to see if there were any survivors. We didn't think we'd see anyone this far in, especially after those fish people."
Fish people?
You didn't see any fish people?
I don't recall seeing any fish people.
No, we had a different random encounter. So.
Yeah.
You count yourself lucky. Those things were... Mouths shouldn't open like that. They just... Now, you may recall you had multiple paths that you could have taken through this cave system.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They apparently took a path you didn't take.
Yeah,
And it may or may not be because the DM did not want you to keep doing more encounters under here. So they introduce themselves, or rather, the guy with the short sword introduces them because the mage is still casting prestidigitation on himself repeatedly. It's becoming a nervous tick, if it hasn't been already. Short sword's name is Jax, and the wizard's name is Sal. And as he's already stated, they came down from the town looking for survivors from the earthquake. The town is more or less unscathed, but there were a lot of people at the funeral who went down, and some of them didn't go very far down. They were able to dig them up, but it was obvious that some people had fallen further, and it was assumed they'd gone into the mine system itself.
Well, we found spiders and a couple of wrapped up corpses, although I'm not sure how old or new these corpses were.
Water elemental. Don't forget about
Water
water
elemental, yeah.
And a bunch of flying things.
Yeah, bunch of mephits.
Can we continue the conversation when we get outside, please?
That's a good idea.
That sounds like an excellent idea. Did you find anything other than horribleness?
No.
Let's go. We'll tell you later.
Okay. As you're arguing that you should really go, the ground begins to rumble underneath your feet.
See?
Oh,
no. And it's significant enough that the wizard stops casting prestidigitation. And Ari and Meepo and Obaim and Fenix, the four of you are just a little bit closer to the aboleth than everyone else, and you hear a familiar voice. Even though you know this thing is dead, you still hear its voice. It's kind of in your head a little bit. Fools, you have sealed your doom. It wakes.
Carl?
Running.
And a hand comes up from the water.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, that's not good.
A very
Carl.
large skeletal hand.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's Carl.
It is not Carl.
It's Bob.
You know what? We're gonna call him Carl. We're gonna call
Yes.
Just change the name.
Yes.
I don't.
Carl with a K, please. So,
Carl. Okay, Carl with a K rises up. It is this giant skeletal figure. You don't know what species it was in life. All you know, it is made of bones now. And it is, by D&D terms, huge. And maybe it's time to roll for initiative.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
How far away are we
rolled a
from the last
19.
fight?
You're like right on top of where you were fighting before.
Oh, thank God, I can move my hunter's mark. Okay. Because I don't have any spells left to cast another one.
I don't have any spells left either.
Well, I know who's
You have
going
your
last.
And you have your sling.
I do. I can do that.
I still have some.
You have 2 people to help you out.
Obaim has a 12.
Logan has a 1.
Logan does not have a 1.
Yes, I do. I just rolled a 1.
Yeah, but you still add your modifier.
That's correct.
You still have
Oh.
dex. Unless your dex is negative, and then that's a problem.
Oh, it's just 1. It's 2.
2 is better
Yeah.
than 1.
It makes it way better.
what's
You've doubled
yours?
it, see?
Ari has an 18.
Meepo?
I rolled a 19. What do I add to that?
Dexterity.
So
Okay,
you
then
have
it's 20. Yeah.
Punk?
21.
Shepherd?
11.
Vex?
17.
Everyone, mark this day on your calendar. Vex is not going first.
I know, I was just thinking that.
Whoa, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
I know. Even with advantage, I rolled a natural 1 and a 14.
Punk.
I almost feel
You're
like I
right.
should hold my turn and let Vex go. It's just sort of tradition. Okay. So this is a big skeletal thing. How high would its kneecap be from me?
You can jump and hit it. Probably.
'Cause I would like to jump up, curse at it, and swing at its kneecap.
Okay, now you're still on top of a lion.
I'm going to jump off a lion.
Oh.
Athletics roll,
Sure, give me an athletics.
as we did last week.
Sounds good.
Oh, I need to open
Oh, I-
22.
I'm going to be that DM, and I'm going to ask, would you like to rage?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Tom, are you 5th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who leveled where and when.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got-
I'm still 4.
I got a
Thank you.
22
Go
on the
far.
athletics roll.
How would you like to do this?
I would like to, as he is leaping up, he's just going to like swing the can opener right at its kneecap and try to like knock its leg. Like basically just try to shatter its kneecap and knock its leg down. So, all
All right, so give me an attack roll.
right. Does a 20 hit?
20. Let me check. I've got cat aggro. Yes, a 20 hits.
Alrighty. So so basically he's just going to use both attacks at the same knee. So 1d.
Whackety whack. Don't talk back.
Exactly.
I love this game. I love this party.
First one is a 9 damage. And then I'm going to roll the other attack here. That's only a 12. I'm sure that missed.
12 will miss, yes.
Okay.
So basically, you leap from the lion's back, do this huge swing, hit the kneecap hard. The bone cracks and little bits fly off in the air, and then you try to follow through with another swing, but gravity is already pulling you down from the apex of your leap, and you mistime it just a little bit, and you and the can opener both splash down into the water. You've still got a firm grip on the can opener, but now you're in 2 feet of water.
Cool.
You're not enjoying this moment, but
His next attack, I want to jump up out of the water and attack at it. So okay.
that might be a disadvantage because you got at.
It's still cool, though. I want to try it.
Maybe climbing.
Well, let me see what everyone else does first.
Okay, and the wizard goes next.
Me or the other one?
Sal?
Sal goes next. Okay.
When I was creating these characters, I hadn't named them. I only named them recently, so I keep referring to them by other attributes. But Sal's going next, and he casts Fireball. No, he doesn't.
Oh no.
That would be bad here.
He does have that spell. He might cast it at some point. But he is going to start off by casting Cone of Cold.
Ooh.
Yes.
He's a better man than I am.
And looking at this. Okay, so this giant skeleton's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
And 10d4 damage, I believe.
Oh, it makes the save.
Half.
It doesn't take any.
Oh.
However, the mage wasn't paying attention to who was close to the skeleton, and Panq just did a flying leap at it. So I am going to need the lion and Panq to both make a Constitution saving throw.
So now I know who to beat up later.
Okay.
Oops, my hand slipped.
18.
An 18 makes the save.
4.
A 4 does not. Alright, so let's roll this damage out. The lion takes 36 points of damage.
The lion is unconscious.
Ow.
The lion is a lion sickle.
Actually, I think Bag of Tricks just disappears.
Yes.
So
Yes,
the
the
lion
lion's
sleeps
gone.
tonight?
You briefly, for a split second, you see an ice sculpture of a magnificent lion. And then, it disappears.
No, my
out of
Pokemon!
space. Panq, you take half of 36, so
18.
18.
I thought I made my roll.
Yeah, you took half damage.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ugh,
area
okay.
effect spells, until you get evasion, it's you pretty much are going to take half, unless you get evasion. I don't know if you do.
Only rogues get evasion.
So this
Well-
is somebody on my own team who hit me?
Well, he's a newbie.
No, it's one of those new guys.
Welcome to Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons. Be glad it wasn't a fireball. Everyone would have been in range of that.
All right.
And
He's
guess what?
not my friend.
The giant skeleton has evasion.
Shocking.
Hmm.
Okay, so that was the mage's turn. Ari, you're up.
Okay. He evaded the cone of cold, but I don't know if his DC is better than mine, and this looks like a very nasty thing. So, can I make an Arcana check on the creature to determine perhaps any vulnerabilities or resistances it might have?
You don't even need to make a check. Because that'd be just checking to see if you can roll a natural 1 or not. I know how high your Arcana is.
Yep.
It is definitely undead. You imagine that it is quite similar to a normal skeleton, only larger. The evasion thing was kind of a surprise, but you assume that anything that it would normally be immune to as a skeleton, it would be immune to. Anything that it'd be normally vulnerable to, it'd be vulnerable to.
Gotcha.
Which actually reminds me, I need to change something. Panq, you said 7 points of damage before?
9.
9 points of damage. Okay. I forgot that it is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. So you did double damage with that hit.
So that's what I was going to ask. I was starting to look that up. So.
Yeah.
All right. Then I think I'm going to open up with my own particular area effect spell, which hopefully will not impact anybody who is, unless there's somebody on the other side of it. I'm going to open up with a lightning bolt,
Okay.
and that is a DC 15 Dex save.
That is a 2.
Woohoo! All right, I'm going to roll me some D6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am 1 short. There we go. 8. All right, we got a 10. We got another set of 10. That's 20. That's 25, 29, 29, and 30. 30
points of
electrical damage. 30 points electrical.
Okay, it heals it for 30 No.
Yeah, that would be
Oh no.
It's not an iron golem.
You hit it really hard. It didn't like that. A significant portion of its rib cage just explodes and flies off. Fortunately, it flies off backwards. Otherwise, big chunks of bone would have been hitting party members.
Excellent.
Next up is Meepo.
Okay, so Meepo's going to dismount from Barnabas the goat, so Vex can use him because she remembers to do that now. Can I do something else as well, or is that it?
That basically used half of your movement. So if you wanted to continue moving, actually you're in difficult terrain, so you'd be able to move a quarter of your movement at this point if you wanted to travel somewhere. But you still have an action.
Okay, then for her action, she's going to use her sling and try to hit the big skeleton monster in the head.
It's Carl.
Carl.
I don't remember what I do for this. I don't think I've used a sling yet. So
Meepo has, but not since you took over.
Since I took over. So I think it says 1d4 plus 1. Does that sound right?
Yes, but first you got to roll d20 to see if you hit it.
Okay. Rolling a d20. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Low bridge. Duck.
You
We're gonna
wind
die.
up, let loose, and I'm going to say what happened was, as you're swinging, you're not used to trying to use a sling when you're in 2 feet of water. So right as you're going back for that final twirl before you let it loose, the portion of the sling that has the stone in it goes underwater and back up again, and that slows down its velocity. So you're getting ready for this huge strike, and then it sort of just goes 3 feet forward and bloop, right into the water.
Aww. And I guess I'm done.
Vex.
Right, okay. Well, I don't have a lion anymore. So, Mastiff is going to run up and do a bite attack.
Okay.
18 to hit.
All right.
6 points of piercing, and it needs to do a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. How many points of damage did you say again? I'm sorry.
6.
I'm sorry that I had to ask you again. I was a bit distracted by the natural 1 I just rolled.
Man, everyone's rolling natural ones.
I know.
So the massive plods forward, leaps out of the water, springboards off of Ponk's head, which will let him react to that as he sees fit.
Which I think Obaim's actually still on the thing.
Oh no.
Yep.
Okay, so Ponk, in a little bit, I'm gonna have you make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Save the dwarf.
You might as well roll now, because I want to find out if you go splash into the water and like.
I want to know if we can combine our efforts, like a cannonball special or whatever, or fastball special or whatever.
I'm not sure you were expecting this.
Oh, Punk's really already pissed off as it is. So
Yeah.
Note to self: learn calm emotions.
I think that would negate his rage ability. If he fails
would you
that.
just like me to roll it now?
Yeah, but roll it now. But the
22.
Mastiff. 20, okay, so yeah, you're fine. The Mastiff latches on to this kneecap that was already damaged and just goes through the leg and splashes down on the other side amongst the pieces of rib cage that some of them are still sticking up out of the water.
Good puppy.
The skeleton, yeah, that was a load-bearing kneecap. So it's sort of just
Are there any non-load-bearing kneecaps?
it starts to lean forward like a giant redwood and comes splashing down. I'm gonna have everyone except for Obaim and the Mastiff give me a dexterity save.
That sounds like a TV show, Obaim and the Mastiff.
I need to roll 3 dice here.
Couple.
Oh. that's
Dexterity save, did you say?
Yes.
So
21.
Did anyone get less than a 15?
yeah, I rolled a 1 plus
got
dexterity
12.
is 2.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I got a 16.
The goat got a natural 20.
Should have stayed with the goat.
Actually, does she need to roll? Because the goat's there too.
She got off the
Because
boat.
she's
Get
she
off
got
the
off
goat
the
so you
boat.
can
yeah.
use it.
Yeah, he's the greatest of all time.
There can be only one.
Our sorcerer and wizard both take 8 points of damage as parts of the skeleton land
no.
on you.
This
Ow.
is not good at all. Meepo needs a heal.
Or does not. Not yet.
8 points it was?
Yes.
Okay.
And it also. Let me look at the dex save for that person. Oh, he's fine. He's not. Sal doesn't fare too well either. He also takes 8 points of damage.
Good.
Okay with that one.
Meepo's got 8 points left.
I think Ponk and I might agree on our disdain for this person.
Yeah, after we make sure Meepo's okay, I'm going to beat his ass. So.
I will
Okay.
help.
Well, okay, so that was the Mastiff action.
Mm-hmm.
What's next, Vex?
Goat. How far away is the goat from it?
It's between some of the surviving ribs.
Okay, so he's going to take an attack on it. He's prone, so he has advantage. That is a 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yeah. And that is 2 points of damage. 2 points of bludgeoning, by the way.
The giant skeleton is now bloodied.
So I'm guessing Vex is also between bones.
You're to the side of it. You managed to dodge a little bit more. The goat with its natural 20 just sort of pivoted as the skeleton was coming down and didn't get touched.
So how far away from it am I? Because that depends on what I'm going to have to do.
Well, you were you were at ranged attack point when it was standing, but I had you all make dex saving throws because now you're in melee range.
Okay, can I back up 10 feet?
Your movement is 30 normally,
30.
So 15,
So 15
in
I have.
this terrain. So yeah, you can back up 10.
And then move the hunter's mark from the previous corpse that we killed like 2 minutes ago and move it over onto him.
Okay.
And then I'll take 2 arrow shots. Has he gone yet in the initiative?
No, not yet.
I get advantage. Right, and that is a +8 I have, or +8. So that's a 24.
24 is a hit.
Oh, and my D8 went flying. That's 7 plus... So 12 points of piercing damage on the first shot. Second attack.
Okay, an arrow shouldn't do that much damage to a giant skeleton, but you blow out a portion of its skull. The arrow went in the eyeball and the back of the head just sort of burst apart.
Second attack is a 19.
A 19 hits.
And 10 points of piercing damage.
All right. It is the giant skeleton's turn. Okay. It gets back up as much as it can. And raises its hands up and just does this sweeping blow across the water. And let's see what it does. I need more dice. Obaim lucks out because he's behind the skeleton. So it's not aiming for him at all. Vex, you backed up 10 feet. That's a ranged attack for you, but not for this thing.
Okay.
So it swings and it tries to hit you and Ponk and the goat. For Vex, I rolled a 23.
Hits.
16 points of damage.
Oh, damn, that hurts.
He's big.
For Ponk, I rolled a 13.
Miss.
For the goat, I rolled a 24.
The goat has 4 health, so he's dead.
Aww.
Yeah. The goat just goes pow! As the salty water just flies through the air because this hand was moving at speed while some of the fingers were underneath the surface.
It's fine. Lord Tubbington's is still alive.
Yeah, you're down to one animal.
Well, 2.
Yeah.
Well, 2, because next up is Shepherd.
Oh, yay. Hello, buddy. Okay. Can Shepherd move close enough so that he's within 5 feet of Ponk and still in range of the monster?
Ponk is within striking distance himself.
Fantastic. Advantage for Shepherd with his bite. Natural 20.
That might hit.
Roll all the d4s. That's 4, 8, 6, 2, 14, plus another 8 is 22. 22 points of piercing damage and has to do a DC. I worked this out earlier. 12 strength saving throw.
Even if I don't add a modifier, that works. He's fine. So Shepherd goes up. He takes out another rib. The rib is too large for Shepherd to carry. So he grabs the rib. It breaks free, and they both go under the water. One end of the rib is still sticking up. And Shepherd comes to the surface again, a little dismayed that he can't bring this rib over to you as a prize.
Oh, puppy.
Obaim.
How many people we got that are hit?
Me.
Me.
I hurt.
Meepo needs it more than I do, though.
Meepo needs it more than both of us.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cast Prayer Healing.
I think that's a 10-minute casting time.
Let me see that. Yeah, it is. Prayer Healing is not going to happen.
Okay.
You can pray to be healed.
Yeah, true.
That's something we do after this. Once we
It'll
get out
just
of here.
be 100 rounds to do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and do cure wounds on Meepo.
Okay, roll for healing.
Are you still in the Mastiff?
Yeah, he's still hanging
Yeah.
on the Mastiff.
Why not?
Got off.
7 hit points, Meepo.
7? 7's good.
Correct.
Okay, that's a little better.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Obaim.
It is Jax's turn. And he's just like, guys, I got this. And he waves his hands around like he's a character from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Lord.
A green
We're gonna die.
orb appears between the palms of his hands, and he shoves them forward, and this orb flies through the air, and it hits the skeleton just above the waterline and explodes. And because Obaim and the Mastiff and Punk are all right there, you are unfortunately in the range of this explosion.
I hate these two NPCs. I really hate them. Shepard would also be there, by the way.
Okay, so yeah, Shepard's
Can
in
I-
range too.
Can I recognize the spell he cast?
Give me an Arcana check.
Gotta be honest, but Shepard would be there too.
19.
You've seen various ranged attacks, but you haven't seen green orbs that do poison damage.
Hmm.
Green orbs.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I was going to try to do something, but I don't think I can.
oh, Vex just had a really bad thought.
All right, no, I don't recognize it, so I can't do what I was thinking about anyway. And even if I did recognize it, I don't think I'm capable of stopping it.
Okay, and this is a ranged spell attack, so it's not a save against type
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
So I have to roll to hit, and that's a 19 on the die against Punk.
Hits.
That's not adding any modifier.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20 against the
Oof.
Mastiff.
Yeah. The Mastiff has 5 health. That's also dead, by the way.
And that is a 9, including the modifier against Obaim. Obaim, what's your AC?
17.
Okay, so you
Obaim's a
managed to
baller, man.
hold your breath and sort of back away a little bit as the Mastiff disappears underneath you.
I'm gonna just, again, being honest, Shepard will be there too.
Thank you for reminding me. How many hit points does Shepard have again?
24.
Okay.
Take
that's
puppy.
That's an 18 on the die for Shepard.
Which is a hit.
Yeah. So now I got to get out my d8s.
Isn't Shepard underwater?
No, he pulled out a rib from this thing and came back up.
I came back. Okay. Never mind.
Hey, Tom, I got that ring of protection, man.
It's the last thing I managed to kill my dog.
Everyone that got hit takes 22 points of damage.
Mine would be 11 though, because it's half. I'm raging.
Sure.
Poison.
Oh yeah, you take half damage from poison attacks.
No, all damage.
Okay, well then yeah, you take 11.
Okay. Yep. Alrighty, I'm down to 11 hit points.
Thank goodness you're raging.
Yes.
Okay, and the giant skeleton does not seem phased at all by this cloud of noxious poison. That quickly dissipates.
Shepard's at 2 hit points.
Fenix.
Alright. I'm gonna attack Carl if he's there.
He seems to be still standing there, hanging out. It's a shame you don't have a wagon because that would be bludgeoning damage, which he would be weak to.
25.
A 25 is a hit.
$12 damage.
And that's with your sword?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All I hear is little dice rolling in the back room.
Okay, so there isn't much holding this skeleton together, but there's still enough that if you don't kill it before its next turn, it's going to do another swipe. Ponk, you're up.
Much as I would like to attack our newcomers, he is going to try to swing at the other thing's leg then.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see, that is... Sorry. Natural 20 for a total of 26.
How do you want to do this?
I want to try to I'm just going to basically just break through the leg. Just
Okay,
want to he's just trying to swing through it. So
give me damage.
Okay. Okay. And he's got his 2 attacks. So first one is 5. And roll for the second attack then. That's a 17.
A 17 just hits. Wait, no,
Okay.
hold on. Let me check. Yeah, 17 just hits.
Okay. And the second attack is 9 damage.
So that's a 5 and a 9, which means that's 10 and an 18.
So he's basically just trying to swing. He wants to just basically swing through its leg.
Okay, so that first hit you do doesn't go all the way through. As you pull back, you don't stop pulling back. You just do a pirouette in the water. as the salt water sloshes away from you in an arc, it sort of almost forms a tutu around you. But you keep turning 360 degrees around and hit the leg on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And because of what you did before, you weakened it enough that it just crashes straight through the skeleton's remaining leg. Obaim, give me a dex save.
5.
How many hit points you at?
How many hit points? I'm at 46.
Okay, so this isn't going to kill you. But you do take 5 points of damage from shrapnel. Because as this thing falls backward into the water, it just crumbles and bits and pieces fly everywhere. But it fell backwards and you were behind it.
All right.
Sorry, bro.
It's all good.
Okay. It is the mage's turn.
I assume you mean me and not the other one.
No.
Oh, his turn.
No, it is Sal's turn.
Sal.
Uh-oh. Brace for impact.
And he casts Fireball.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Oy. You know what?
11.
I'm going to counter that. I don't want another.
Counterspell?
I'm going to counter it with counterspell. Stop
Okay.
doing that.
Okay.
Unless he's using a higher level slot than third,
He was
I'll
casting
enter-
as a 3rd level spell.
and I will counter it.
Thank
Otherwise,
you.
my counter will fail.
Well, he was attempting 3rd level, so yeah, he
Yeah.
casts a fireball, and this orb flies through the air, and you just wave your hand, and it goes pow, and disappears like all of your beloved animals. And he looks a little dejected.
That would have killed people. Stop doing that.
And actually, it's your turn.
All right. I used my interrupt before. Hello.
A train
All right.
approaches.
Yes. I'm going to try acid on this sucker to see what that does. I'm going to try the
giant
acid
skeleton
arrow.
is in pieces.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, then why are we still having combat?
That's a very good question. But the mage cast Fireball right after the skeleton fell.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think it's time
we're still in combat.
Thinking is these other guys are going to go away.
Yeah.
For once, I'm in Pank's side.
Yeah, for once, I agree with the gnome.
I'm getting up out of the water. I'm going to just start shouting at them. You idiots. What are you doing?
It's
Yeah,
not your
okay.
turn.
Ari is
Well,
confused.
that's a free action that doesn't require you to have your turn going. So you can shout all you want.
What are you doing? He's addressing Sal and Jax.
Yeah.
That fireball could have killed us.
That's the point. Hand it over.
Oh, yeah. Time to take him out.
All right.
Go time.
Ari's going to whip out his wand, and this is the one he fights with.
Oh, I so wanted it to be the one of smiles. That will be used in this campaign. You mark my words. If I have to have someone pickpocket it off of you to get it used, it will be used in this campaign.
I've already used the cloak ability
not.
to keep you happy.
I'm gonna use the other wand. No, I'm kidding. No, I can't use fireball down here. We're all too close. So that means we're going to redirect instead my Melf's acid arrow at the wizard.
Okay.
So we're then going to roll to hit roll, and that is a total of 20. Yes, 20. 13 and 7.
That was your attack roll?
Yeah, it's Melf's acid arrow. It's an
Yeah.
attack roll. It's not a save. Yeah, it's not a save. It's an attack roll. And
Actually,
is he going to do something to my spell?
What level is Melf's acid arrow?
Melf's is only a second level spell.
It goes poof.
Yeah, he counters it. Figured. There we go. All right. Mark off the spell. Okay.
Meepo, you're up.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to use my sling and I'm going to aim at the mean man's head and hope I don't drop it. He wants the wizard.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I've rolled an 18.
That is a hit.
Okay, so then I roll. Oh, where'd it go? I had it here somewhere. Oh, 1d4 plus 1. Okay. I've got a 2 plus 1 is a 3.
He takes 3 points of damage, and a small rock bounces off of his head, and his head sort of goes back when you hit him. He didn't have a counterspell for that. Hi, Vex.
You won't have a counterspell for this either. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on him. 2 arrows. First is a 19. Second is an 18.
He's wearing robes.
Just making sure.
There's ways he can stop that if he knows the right spells.
No, because Hunter's Mark is already up. It's not being cast.
Yeah, no.
I'm just moving it.
No. What I'm talking about, though, is the arrows. There's ways to avoid that, too.
Don't tell him that. Why would you tell him that?
No, he doesn't know. If the DM knows, then yeah, that's one thing.
He's already used a reaction.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, he did.
Oh,
So-
he did.
Yeah.
9 points of piercing for the first shot.
So I used mine right before I went, so I still have mine.
It's the same round, though, so you don't still have it.
No, it renews on your turn. Reactions renew on your own turn.
Oh, yeah, on your own turn, not start
Yeah,
the round.
not at the top of the round. They renew on your own turn.
11 points of piercing for the second shot. So 20 in total.
Okay, so he now has 2 arrows sticking out of him, and he looks down in horror. Like, You have any idea how much these robes cost?
How close is Shepherd to him?
Not close enough to attack this turn.
Okay, let's wait for his actual turn then.
Yeah. The mage continues, I don't have mending memorized.
And you never will.
It is Shepherd's turn.
Shepherd's gonna run at that warlock, the mage or whatever he is.
Okay, I'm just going to point this out. To get to the mage, Shepherd is going to have to go past the guy in leather armor.
Oh, okay, then you're gonna go for the guy in leather armor then.
Okay.
Is anyone near him? Other than the guy in leather armor?
No.
Okay. Single dice. That's 14.
A 14 will not hit.
Okay. That's all I can do then.
Obaim, your turn.
Ponk, how many hit points you got?
11.
Right now, the most grievously injured party member is Shepherd.
He hits at 2.
And he just did a failed melee attack against someone with a short sword.
Let's do a second level heal on Shepherd. Shepherd gets 12 hit points back.
Okay.
Thank you.
It is the guy in leather armor's turn. He's a little unnerved by this wolf splashing and trying to bite him. So he takes some swings. Because of course he does. He doesn't understand that this is suicide. And Shepherd's AC is 15?
16.
16. Well, that's right, because he leveled up, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Efficiency bonus.
That is a 14 and a 17.
One hits.
8 points of damage. Slashing.
Okay.
Fenix, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the swordsman.
Okay.
Oh my god. That was a 10 plus 9, 19.
That hits. Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Um, 18.
That's your lowest number?
My lowest number was my lowest number was a 5. Yeah.
Okay, so this was at disadvantage, so the lowest number is the one you use.
Okay.
Okay, so what you know is you hit him pretty hard. Give me some damage.
$14.
Ponk.
Which of the gentlemen am I closest to?
You could use all of your movement to get to the guy with the sword.
Across the air and swing at him. So,
Save our dog.
11 on the first. I miss.
That is a miss, yes.
All right, second one. 24.
That just barely hits.
Oh, jeez.
No, that hits. That hits.
Okay, I was going to say 5 damage.
And he does not have vulnerability to bludgeoning, so it's just 5.
Okay.
You feel a little less powerful now that you're not fighting a giant skeleton, and you're a little unnerved by that. Okay, it is Sal's turn, and Jax is going, "What are you waiting for? Kill them!" And the mage tries to oblige. He casts Ice Storm.
That I couldn't stop anyway.
Okay, so Panq and Shepherd and Fenix all rushed forward. So you're outside of this. The mage is casting this on the people who hadn't rushed forward yet. So everyone else needs to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Obaim 17.
Ari also
Natural
17.
1.
I've got a 5.
Okay, damage comes in 2 parts. The saving throw for this was DC 14. So if you rolled a 14 or higher, you're taking half damage. That's 5 points of bludgeoning damage, so you take 2 if you saved. But there's also cold damage. That's 18 points of cold damage, or 9 if you made the save.
So how many is that for me? I'm lost.
You failed your save?
Yep.
23. 23
Wow.
in total.
She's dead.
Nope.
Unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Unconscious. Okay.
Yes. You don't die instantly unless you take a lot more damage than that.
You need to take
Okay.
your entirety of your max hit points below 1.
What? Say that again.
So what's
So
your
once you
maximum
hit-
hit points?
Once you hit
Max
0...
is 26,
Oh, you're
So
fine.
if
but she
this
is at
attack-
15.
If this attack took you to negative 26, you'd be dead instantly, but it did not. So we get to do a death saving throw next turn unless somebody stabilizes you.
Okay. It was how many damage total? I'm trying to put this on the little...
23.
23.
Yeah.
Once you hit 0, that's it though. There's no negatives. It's just 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
Ari, your turn.
How close am I to Meepo?
You can get to her. She's within 15 feet of you.
Okay. Obaim,
Yes, sir.
can you bring her back?
Yes, I can.
Then I'm going to try a firebolt against the wizard.
I can remind me. I can heal her up to whatever past hers is. Correct.
Yeah, when
Healing
you heal her,
starts
she
with-
starts at 0.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so that is a 17 on the die roll to use my firebolt cantrip against the wizard. Which then goes to a 24 AC.
That hits him.
Okay, and now we are rolling damage. 9 and 9 is 18 fire damage.
You've ruined his mustache.
I'm hoping to do more than that.
Well, he's demonstrating his ability to breathe underwater right now.
So he's unconscious,
he-
or is
he-
he?
He bursts into flame. He screams. He ducks underwater to put himself out, but he doesn't come back up again.
I don't trust him because I know what I'd do in that situation.
We'll find out on my turn.
Yeah,
I can only bonus action Hunter's Mark when they're dead.
when they're
Okay.
dead. Yeah, exactly.
So, Meepo, you're up, and you are
I'm unconscious.
gifted with a rare distinction. You are the first member of the party to roll a death saving throw. Here's how that works. You roll a
Okay.
d20. You don't add any modifiers.
Okay.
If it's 10 or above, you make the save. If it's below 10, you don't.
Okay, here we go. It is a 16.
Okay, you make the save. If I remember correctly, you make 3. Now it won't come to this because Obaim's going to heal you when it's his turn. If you make 3 death saving throws or you roll a nat 20, you wake up again and you're stabilized. If you fail 3 death saving throws, you're dead. Or if you roll a nat 1.
If you roll a nat 1, it counts as 2 fails.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different set of rules, I guess. Okay, well, never mind, because you made it, and Obaim's going to heal you on his turn, assuming that he doesn't get killed.
Okay.
Okay.
That's just an assumption, assumptions.
Next up is Vex.
Can I move the Hunter's Mark?
Yes.
Yes!
Hunter's Mark on a stabby McStab. First is a 19.
That's a hit.
Natural 20.
You can say that hits too.
Non-crit is 6 points of piercing. Grabbing the other dice. Crit is 14 points of piercing.
Okay.
And Shepard's going to take an attack as well. Because he's there. He can do that. And Obaim, there's people next to him, so he gets advantage. That is a 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's 15 points of piercing damage.
He is bloodied.
Shepard's still got his turn to go as well in a minute.
Well, and Shepard's up.
Oh, is he? Awesome.
Yep.
Another
Shepard.
bite attack. Did he succeed?
The order was
strength
Vex,
saving
then
throw?
Giant Skeleton, then Shepard, but the Giant Skeleton doesn't get to do anything anymore.
Did he succeed his strength saving throw? DC 12.
Thanks for reminding me. As I'm talking over it. What was the target?
12.
Oh yeah. Don't even need to add a modifier.
He passed. Okay.
Oh yeah. Shepard is sort of hanging off one of his non-sword arm, and he's not happy. Like,
Okay.
you dumb
Oops, I
mutt.
dropped the dice. Oh, no, he didn't.
As if you weren't going to kill him.
Yeah, but now I'm going to kill him even more. Shepard's going to take another bite.
Kill him with extreme prejudice.
19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Oh, I love coordinated attack. Shepard can say attack twice. And that is 13 points of piercing and another strength saving throw DC 12.
Okay, so how this plays out is Shepard lets go for a brief moment and then just latches on again to almost the same part of this guy's forearm. There wasn't even enough time for Shepard to go back into the water. He just let go and chumped back down again.
He's my puppy.
And the sheer shock of it, there's a snap. And it's not so much that Shepard ran at him and knocked him down. It's that the bones in his forearm shattering in this wolf's mouth is enough to make this guy go down to his knees. Obaim, you're up.
All right, let's go ahead and bring up or stabilize the misses. The miss. We're going to go ahead and cast second level healing word. Cure wounds on the miss. So let's roll that. That's going to be 19 hit points brought back.
Nice.
That's great.
Meepo now has 19 hit points.
And as a bonus action, I want to use Healing Word. I'll do my last level 2, and I'm going to. What's Shepherd's hit points at?
6.
I'm going to do a Healing Word to Shepherd. So.
Which is why I'm kind of glad. I don't want to say glad that he did that Ice Storm in the ranged, because it got Meepo, but that would have, like, one-shot Shepherd. Full hit points.
That's on.
Making
It's
the
going to be
save would have killed Shepherd.
9 points of healing to Shepherd.
You're wonderful. And yes, making the save would have knocked him unconscious, but failing the save would have flat out insta-killed him.
Okay. Next up is Stabby McStabbers, whose name I keep forgetting, but we're going to call him Stabby McStabbers now.
Jax.
Call number 2.
His name is Jax.
His name is Jax. For now. His forearm for his offhand is still firmly lodged in Shepherd's mouth. Shepherd is aware that there are sticks in there, and he really wants to bring them over to Vex. Jax drops his short sword right into the water and calls up another green orb and throws it at the ranged again. So Fenix, you're not affected by this. Shepherd is not affected by this. Panq is not affected by this. But everyone else is going to have some attack rolls coming their way.
I'm going to use shield to give myself an additional 5 AC.
Good call.
Well, that was a 14. So I'm assuming that doesn't beat it?
It would have had I not used shield. I'm a 13. Shield now makes me an 18 for 1 round.
All right.
Obaim 17.
Obaim, you get hit. That number's over a 20.
Okay.
Meepo?
Vex.
Am I supposed to roll something? I'm confused.
No, this is an attack roll being made against you. What's your armor class?
Okay. 14.
Okay, your armor class is 14. You managed to duck under the water just in time as this thing explodes above you. So it misses.
Oh,
you.
good.
And Vex,
Also 14.
that's a nat 1.
Suck it.
So it didn't hit anyone.
You said it hit me. It was a 20.
Yeah, you said it was over 20.
That's
For...
right. That's right.
Oh.
Thank you for keeping the DM honest.
We're honest players.
I have no problem taking an ass whooping if I need to.
I'm essentially letting you kill my dog with the amount of honesty I had you earlier.
Oh, I'm about to roll the wrong dice. I was rolling d6. I need to roll d8s.
You can roll the d6s if you want.
Yeah, please. I'm not stopping you.
Our healer likes to be alive.
34 points of damage.
Healer is unconscious.
I don't have any spells to heal him.
I have healing potions on me.
Oh,
I have healing spells on me.
You have lay on hands.
And
Yeah.
healing spells, yes.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be Fenix's turn.
Well,
Save
gonna-
the old man.
I'm gonna run up to my pal Obaim.
The paladin goes to his pal. Now, you do create an attack of opportunity. You
Sure.
could disengage, but then you wouldn't have an action to be able to do any healing. So this is an... If you want to be able to heal Obaim, you got to have this guy take a free swing at you.
Well, I haven't gotten hit yet, so yeah, sure.
That's a nat 20.
The pain's coming.
Well, you remember when I said I didn't get hit yet? Yeah, there you go.
Here
Okay.
comes the pain.
You're getting two for the price of one.
So, faster than you really think this guy should have been able to swing. His hand goes under the water, grabs his short sword, and just comes up and stabs at you as you're backing away. And this, you're not going to like this. That's 7 points of stabbing damage.
Oh.
And 12 points of poison damage.
Oh, that's going to be wonderful.
But you do successfully back up to the point where you are next to Obaim and you can heal him.
Can't we usually on hands?
Okay, how many points do you put into Obaim?
Full 25. Okay, I'll put 10.
Okay, you put 10 points into Obaim. Obaim, you've got 10 hit points. And you are back in action. It is Punk's turn.
Am I close enough to swing at the
Yes,
mage?
you are.
Alrighty. I'm going to draw forth the scimitar in my other hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing. Actually, I'm going to stab the scimitar at his crotch first.
This entire thing is happening underwater then.
Good. 17.
This guy didn't get back up again. He's still on his knees in the water.
Does a 17 hit him?
17 hits.
Alrighty. So I'm going to stab him in the crotch.
He's gonna be on the floor after this.
That's 10 points of damage. And then when he kind of leans forward, kind of like, oh, I'm going to do an uppercut with the can opener. And 18. I believe that hits.
I just gave him 18 points of damage. Yeah, 18 hits.
Okay. And now the damage with the can opener. 8.
Okay. He was already bloodied, and now he's looking like he's on his last legs.
Doesn't he get because he's dual wielding, doesn't he get an offhand attack now? With a bonus action?
But he already did both. He attacked with the
No, but he
scimitar.
has 2 attacks. He has 2 attacks baseline.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Then I will take another swing at him with the scimitar.
You don't add your modifier to the attack this time, though.
Okay.
To the damage roll.
To the damage roll, sorry.
That's okay. I don't for the attack, correct? The attack modifier.
The scimitar's +1, so that damage would still get added.
Yes,
Right.
but you attack. You do roll for your actual swing damage to actually hit.
Yeah.
11. That's gonna miss. So.
Yeah, that
So
misses.
plus your modifier, damn.
We're gonna say it's underwater, so you have all that resistance. You sort of connect, but not enough for it to pierce anything. And your can opener?
Oh.
Because you're dual wielding, that's actually 4 attacks.
15. Does that hit?
That does not hit.
All
Just
right.
barely.
All right.
Ari.
All right. Our healer's alive and conscious. Meepo's alive and conscious. Our sword-wielding friend is still alive and conscious. Is that correct?
Yes, and I did roll a death save for Sal.
Oh,
But he's underwater and we can't see him. right?
But he's sort of floating a little bit.
Floating.
For now.
No.
Salt things are very buoyant in salt water.
How many? No. He's bloodied. He's beyond bloodied, or he's past bloodied. He's very hurt. So he's the bigger threat. So I think we're going to use Firebolt against Mr. Sword Wieldy Jax, and that's a net 20.
All right, give me some damage.
Oh, let's see. That's going to be 4d10.
Kill it.
And
I'm
that's a
hoping
cantrip,
so.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep, 4d10 fire damage. Let's see what this does. All right. 7 and 8 is 15, plus 5 is 20, and 4 is 24 fire damage.
He
I love
is
natural 20s.
down.
Excellent. Now we make sure they stay down. Punk, go to town.
Advantage because they're out. Beat their ass.
Are you sure you don't want to get information out of them before you let
No,
them?
No,
I'm joining you.
no,
I got
I'm
my
angry.
scimitar out.
Okay.
Where's the money? Take a monkey red.
Like, this is personal. I got my scimitar out. I'm doing this with my hands.
Well, next is Meepo's turn.
Meepo, get the first punch.
Yeah, seriously.
How much damage is a tiny little kobold going to do with her fist, really?
Since-
Slingshot right to the eye.
Hold on, it's
That
not about
should be
damage.
good.
It's
You've
not
got
about damage here.
and any damage you do to someone who's down to 0 hit points counts as a failed death save.
And if you're melee, it counts as an automatic crit, so it's 2 fails.
Okay. So, trying to understand, both of these guys are now down?
They're both unconscious.
They're both unconscious. Okay. So, I want to use my sling against the wizard that knocked me out.
Right. So, here's the thing though. You're at ranged. It will be
Yeah.
disadvantage because they're prone.
How far away is Meepo from...
I'm going to say
Wow.
that this battle was such that even with it being difficult terrain, you were all within 15 feet of each other. So you can slosh your way over and avenge Barnabas if you wish. You've got a dagger.
Use a knife.
Avenge the goat!
Yeah. I'm gonna
Use your
avenge the
dagger.
goat. Okay,
Stomp.
so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a dagger. I'm going to
Okay.
go after Sal.
Roll a d20 twice.
Okay. Okay, that's an 11. And that one's an 11 as well.
Okay. And your plus to hit is like what's your modifier to hit with a dagger? Let's look that up quick.
I don't know.
I can look that up. I have your character sheet here.
Hmm.
Oh, you have plus 3 to hit with a dagger.
Oh.
So just an 11 on the die wouldn't have been enough. But
Okay.
with the plus 3, you do manage to stab the mage, and that counts as 2 failed death saves. He already failed 1. He's gone.
He's gone. No more from you, Mr. Mean Guy.
Vex, your turn.
I'm going to enjoy this. I walk up with the scimitar and take a strike. That's a... Make sure I get the number right for you. That's a 19 to hit.
That is, well, considering everything we've talked about already, that's 2 failed death saves from that strike.
And Shepherd gets the last one on him. With the... whatever it's called. Coordinated strike. And that is a... 18 plus 8, so 26 to hit.
And there go the other 2 death saves. Shepherd, how do you want Shepherd to end this guy?
Oh, I want
Neck.
decapitation. Shepherd rips his head off.
Or that.
And then he shakes it like a toy.
Yeah, he does.
And he goes on your back with it.
There's a salt spray going through the air as he does this. It's not all water, and some of you are a little grossed out.
Punk bathes in it.
You've been in the middle of this. You've been bathing in it.
Yeah. He wants
I
to
throw
kick-
up on
he-
Punk. I
Yeah,
want
he
to
wants
throw
to-
up on Punk.
That's
It's
fine.
spring, you were due for a bath.
And Ponk is just going to kick the head across the across to the
You can't. Ugh. I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but it's floating in 2 feet of water. You can do a kick, but it just sort of goes up and down a little bit. It doesn't go very far.
It's
Meepo's natural 1 with a sling went further than you can kick this head in this particular environment.
He's just going to. Let's get out of here.
Please.
Yep.
And no more stopping to talk to strangers.
Next stranger we see, arrow straight in them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going
these
to-
wagons are dangerous.
I'm going to post an image. This is the map of everything you've explored so far.
Wow.
Wow, we've actually done a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Down in the lower right-hand corner was the waterfall.
Okay.
You are in room 4. That's where all this has been going down. The treasure room was the ET head.
Hmm.
17.
Yes. But at this point, this cavern appears to be cleared of creepy crawlies. The ones that you missed, the late Jax and Sal took care of. You do, as you're heading back, find a few fishmen that they were talking about. They are humanoids in appearance, but they've got anatomy that looks like they're deep sea creatures. There's some where their mouth opens in 3 parts instead of 2, and it's kind of unnerving.
Do they say Murgle, Murgle, Murgle?
They don't say anything. They are dead. And you're kind of glad you didn't have to fight them. Now, if you look on this map, room 8, you can see there's a smooth line in the northern end.
Hmm.
That's a way you haven't gone before. It was
I
sort
think
of
he's
off in
hinting
the
at us, people.
shadows, and you sort of passed it by.
Did we? Sorry.
I want to leave. I don't care about investigating anything else.
No, I
But-
think he's pointing out that's how we leave.
I'm
Okay.
saying you haven't found a way out yet. This is a tunnel you haven't gone in. So either
Okay.
you swim to the source of this underground river, which you might not appreciate. You jump off a waterfall, which you might not appreciate, or you go somewhere you haven't gone before.
Did
That
we
one.
rifle the bodies for loose change?
No.
No, you haven't.
No, we didn't.
Why would I search bodies?
Yeah.
They don't have wagons on them, obviously.
Yeah, there was the scroll of the wagon.
One of them had some sort of potentially magical. No, he had poison damage on his weapon. Never mind. But the wizard may have a spell book on him that I'd be interested to take.
It's probably soggy now.
Well, we need to make it quick because we got to get out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm really looking for is his spell book
Rage
if he's
Root.
got it on him. If he doesn't have it on him, then I'm not willing to spend more than a minute checking him out.
He does.
I'll
He has
spend
what?
the
Spell
same
book?
minute checking the other one.
He has a spell book on him?
He does.
All right, we're nicking that.
Okay, the spell book has.
Explosive runes. I mean,
It's a mimic.
it's a mimic, yeah.
Oh no.
I have copy pasted you all the spells that are in the spell book.
While he's doing that, can I check the other one quickly? Two
Sure.
words, one stone.
And as you are checking, actually they both have a small amulet on it that has a very familiar symbol at this point.
Man,
not
miss-
again. The symbol.
Yeah. And they do have a few gold pieces on them. Between the two of them, they had about 18 gold. Not a whole lot at this point. They also had some basic traveling, adventuring gear. To be honest, the stuff you've got already is better.
Found the best treasure in the world.
Tapping foot impatiently.
Me.
Okay, we gotta.
all the
we
hooks.
start
Which is
with leave.
difficult to do in 2 feet of water when you're in there.
Slap, 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 slap.
It's not even going above the water. It's just sort of moving a little bit.
Come
You're
on,
trading
guys,
off-
hurry up.
He's
We gotta go
stomping his
here.
foot.
Yeah.
The bus is leaving.
We should go. We should go
Wait,
now.
which direction? We don't. Which direction did they come from?
They
They
came
came from
from
behind
the
us.
way you came from
Oh,
to get
okay.
into room 4.
And we know there's right. Okay, so we have to pass back through 20 and back up to what looks to be an 8.
Yeah, we want to go into the room that's 8 and then up to the hidden area, right?
Yeah, it looks like 7 has 2 points, 2 exits out of 7, east and west.
Yeah.
Also
8,
looks like
8
8
has an area to the north of it. If you went northeast, you would go into 7. But
Northwest.
if you go northwest, you go into a different room.
Okay, and that's where we have not gone.
Right.
And that this is where we're now finding those fish heads, fish bodies, or
Oh
whatever.
no, you found them in room 4. They had apparently come
4.
out of a different passage.
Oh, okay. So we're still looking for our way out, but we don't know where Jackson, well, Corpse Buddy, came from, nor do we know where the fishmen came from. So on our map, does 4 have an exit somewhere else out of there?
I'm just going straight up.
Well, as you were going from 20 into 4, there were passages to the south that you opted not to take.
Oh, okay.
And those passages were conjoining rooms that also emptied into 4. They emptied into 20 and 4. But everything else has pretty much been explored up to, like, 7 had a passage you didn't go through, and 8 had a passage you didn't go through. But 8 is the first one you come to, and that leads to an image that I've linked. It's sort of cutting off half a room there, but I'm opting for brevity for some of this.
Okay.
I hope you can forgive me.
I now see number 9, so. And that is
Now
not
I'm
on the
thinking
other
of
map.
They Might Be Giants song.
Now let's check this place out, and we're looking for a way out.
Could I get a potion of healing before we?
Oh yeah, I'll give him one of the potions I have.
Thank you.
Okay, and that is a standard potion of healing.
Which,
2d4 plus 2.
oh, sorry.
Standard is 2d4 plus 2.
Eight. Thank you.
Okay, so the room that has, you just see the one that's actually room 18. And as you get into this room, right where you see the water line end, there is a ledge that extends about roughly a foot above the water line. At this point, the water is only about a foot deep. So the ledge is 2 feet off of where you're standing now, but a foot above the water. The salt slurry has begun to undermine that ledge a little bit, but it still looks sturdy enough that it would support your weight and you can climb up on it.
Ponk wants to try to jump up and just pull himself up on it.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
You are no longer raging.
Yeah.
You're just sort of grumpy.
Back to his normal. 19?
You are as graceful as a seal at SeaWorld.
Wonderful.
Including you slide forward on the ground for a couple of feet with on your belly, with your head up and your arms stretched out back behind your back.
Perfect.
Sort of out a little bit to the sides.
All right. If anybody else wants to come up, he'll reach his tiny little arm down to help them.
If anyone wants to try, if anyone else tries to do it with style, I'll have them roll. But otherwise, it's not that hard to climb up this.
Oh, okay.
You can do it fairly easily.
Except for him.
Now,
Meepo, because she's short as well.
Yeah.
Meepo can
I'll say,
climb,
I'll-
though.
Oh, yeah, Meepo.
I
Meepo's a
think.
kobold.
Yeah, she can climb.
Yep. So it's however you do it, you do it. But as you climb up into room 9 and look around, this room appears to be the site of a recent cave-in. Not as recent as the one you encountered at the beginning of this whole scenario. Some of the rubble appears to have been cleared away. And on one side, 2 tunnels descend into the darkness. You came from one of those already. There is a larger opening, partially, and that would be the one to the northwest on this map, that is partially blocked off with wooden planks, which are conveniently painted black and yellow. But there's a significant amount of rubble in this area, even though some of it's been cleared away. There's a lot that hasn't been. Everyone give me a perception check.
21.
I've got 13 plus 1, 14.
18.
I got a 5. I'm slip sliding away.
You're just glad that you're not buried in salt water anymore.
Exactly.
You feel very pickled.
Already got a 15.
Okay, well, 15 was sufficient, so everyone got above that. Fantastic. You do notice a bit of leather sticking out of the rubble that has not been cleared.
I want to say we should clear it, but I also want to get out of here.
Let's leave.
Already can't leave that behind. He'll go check out the leather.
It is definitely
I'll
the
help.
shoulder strap for a backpack.
All right, let's see if I can pull it out.
I'll
You can
help
pull
him
it
with
out
it.
easily.
Okay.
The rubble on top was very loose.
Okay, good.
It was just enough to conceal it from view for the most part. If it wasn't for the slight rumbles that you've been encountering recently, it probably would have stayed covered.
Yeah. Now the question is, does this backpack have an owner? Do we want to check for more possible victims of this landslide?
No.
Can I look over it and just see if there's anyone there?
Do-gooders.
With your hunter's ability, I'm not even going to make you roll. You do recognize some blood in the area that's been cleared out. Like there was someone there, and there was a rescue effort that unburied them.
Okay. They're already gone.
All right, then. We move on.
Do you keep the backpack?
Why not?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we find its owner. Maybe they want it back.
While we
Maybe they'll
walk
be
in,
our reward.
while we walk and look, check it's in the backpack.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so inside the backpack, you see a smaller satchel of very familiar design. Vex, you are very unhappy with this particular design because you know what that means in this particular cave system.
Oh, no. I take the backpack.
But no, the backpack had one of those in it. The backpack is almost empty. It has one of those in it, but it also has a book.
Oh. A book? Put the backpack down very carefully.
Take the book out.
I've got the book, but I put the backpack down very carefully.
We've seen
And we
these little...
Carry on.
My wayward son.
Walk and talk. Come on.
Walk and talk. Skimming
Yeah.
the book, seeing what it is.
Let's go.
The book is a journal.
Oh.
Of the late Crag Bronzehammer.
Bronzehammer.
And its first entries are about how Crag has accepted a sheriff position. He apparently has worked in law enforcement all his life, but he accepted a sheriff position at Oregano due to a treaty arrangement between the citizens of Oregano and the dwarven clans that claimed this particular area. they needed a dwarven representative, and he took the position. He was kind of wishy-washy about it. And you're skimming through this. You're not reading every entry, I'm sure.
Oh no.
But he starts to take a shine to the citizens here. He mentions several people by name. He's actually very fond of his deputy. He thinks he'll shape up really well one day. Never actually to be sheriff, because that role has to be held by a dwarf when possible. But he could be sheriff in a few decades, maybe 50 years or so. But about halfway through the journal, and this journal is not all the way full, so halfway through, the mood changes drastically, and his writing is a little more frantic and appears to be much more paranoid in nature. He starts referring to the citizenry of Oregano as demons, who are clearly to him evil and plotting something. He doesn't write down details about why he thinks this. But he does have some details about how he has a plan to prevent their evil ways. And you've got a pretty good idea of what that plan involved.
Oh.
Boom.
Bones.
And he does have an extensive list of names of citizens. Again, he's not detailing why he thinks that they're demons. But
Any names? Does any of the names stand out?
Even Dente is on the list. And that one, that name on the list is written very carefully. And you think there's some watermarks on that particular page. Little circular water drops. But yeah, Craig's list is full of the entire citizenry, from your best guess. And you didn't think that name was a pun, but it totally was. I am horrible.
Continue, I'm just noting.
Yeah. Let's keep heading out.
Still walking, still walking.
Okay. So you leave room 9 and you go to room 6.
Sorry, there's a lot to write there.
That's all right.
Someone
Player
has to take
understands.
extensive notes.
I understand Punk does not. So.
Okay. As you go into room 6, you have to pass these wooden barriers. They're fairly easy to move. They apparently were built to keep the honest out. And also there's huge caution signs and danger, cave-in, erosion signs that are facing the other way. So as you go into room 6 and then turn around, you see them.
Well, they're hardly wrong.
No, they were not wrong at all. I'm not sure I want to spend enough time looking over this image that Eclipse has posted. But I'm going to assume it is very funny and her stimulated.
It's funny.
There are some rails that are placed down in this particular tunnel that go off to that other exit that you see over to the western end of the image that I posted. But the way, you know how tracks will bend in a certain direction if they branch off and whatever? It looks like the source of these tracks would be further to the northwest.
I say we go northwest.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
the tracks will probably, I'm guessing, are part of the mining.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
Hopefully lead out.
They'll probably get us out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow the tracks. Being careful to not be on the wrong side of them. You don't want to be from the wrong side of the tracks. Okay. And you come to a part that I don't have a snippet for you. But there is a passageway that goes off to the north almost in a straight line. But the track also bends off to the west, and it looks like the track starts to the west, but it also goes to the north.
I would think keep going west because we seem to be heading out that way. But
Does there seem to be any elevation to?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
North
you've
or
been
west?
steadily going up.
which way seems more up?
You're not entirely sure. They both
Dig-
go up at about the same angle.
Dig up, stupid. Dig up.
Thankful for that.
I say keep going west.
Flip a coin.
Hey, would any of us have a better sense of direction being
Oh,
yeah.
underground?
We have a dwarf underground. That's usually a good
Yeah.
thing.
Usually a
And
good thing, yes.
And I'm a
Yeah.
gnome too, and we have a kobold, so do we have a
Right,
better sense
so-
of direction?
And we have a ranger who's really good at tracking.
Okay, well, everyone give me a survival check.
All right.
Is that a D20
I can
again?
do these.
That's right.
18.
Maybe not. Hey,
I've rolled a 1. Meepo has no idea.
10.
All right, so the untrained wizard rolled a 14 and adds +1 for a 15. Are you telling me I got the best check?
No, I got 18. I got 18.
All right.
This
I
area
got
is
6.
very well traveled. There are a lot of tracks that go off to the north and the west. Matter of fact, the tracks go north and west more than they go back the way you came, and there's a bunch that go back the way you came at this point.
I see no objection then to going west, like
Go west.
Pog suggested.
Go west.
Yep.
Okay, you go into room 5. Don't worry about the cutoff at the top. That's just because I tried to make each of these be the same size. But otherwise, this room has one entrance, and it's the way you just came. The salt in this room is limited to a coating on the ground and some pockets in the rock walls that were too small to be worth the effort of digging out. Organized tools and supplies for the mining operation are neatly arranged on tables and shelves near the only entrance, so really close to where you are.
So we found the
And-
foreman's office.
But is there tracks coming? Is there still tracks coming through here?
This stuff is clearly used frequently.
Yeah.
This is not abandoned in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So I mean the rails. I'm sorry. So I mean the mining rails still come through here.
The mining rails appear to start here. This is where they have all the mining carts that are not actively being used.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got to assume. So but there's no exits to the north of us that we can see.
Not in this room. This room apparently they mined this room out, and then they decided to keep all their mining stuff here.
Okay. So then I think we got to go back.
Double back
to
and
the
go north.
Yeah,
And
go
then
back
go
and go north. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, give me a perception check.
Okay.
In regards to humanoids,
It does not revert.
17.
17.
I got it now.
22.
19.
Ari also got a
5.
22.
Okay, so, Obaim and Ari, as the whole party is just like, oh, this is not the way out. So you turn around and start heading back, and Ari, you notice what is now a very familiar-looking pack, sort of hanging from, like, you see the strap of it sort of hanging down underneath one of the tables. And Obaim, you notice a shelving unit that's shoved up against the wall has one of these packs sticking out from behind it a little bit.
I'll point it out to Vex. I think we've found more of the bombs that he's been planting.
Should I check them?
I say no.
Really curious, though.
I think you're just going to confirm what's in it.
There might be something else. That bag had the book.
Or we could get out of here. So.
Yeah, I vote get out of here now.
Yeah.
I'll check one of them. Let me check one of them.
It's a
Aw.
mimic.
The table or the bookcase?
The table.
Okay.
Okay, the bookcase was a mimic. This one has birthday cake in it.
I'm okay with
No,
this.
no, it has a bomb.
Just a bomb. Just a bomb. Let's go.
It's just a bomb.
Just another bomb.
Oh, okay. So that passageway that went to the north, it heads all the way up to town.
Yay!
We were all such boring yays.
We're tired.
Is there sunlight?
We didn't die.
Sleep for the week.
You are very much in need of a long rest.
Yes.
But you have safely made it into town. And I think that's where we're going to end it this time.
Thank you.
Can Vex just find a tree and just lie underneath it with Shepard and sleep for 8 hours?
No, you're still underground. The whole town is
Oh.
underground.
The whole town is
Whole town's
underground. No
underground.
shame.
I still haven't figured out where Justice is.
That's true.
Vex doesn't like this whole underground thing. Misses trees.
I guarantee you Justice just turns into a big mutant and is like, our boss battle.
He misses
You
the tree.
abandoned me, now pay the price.
You are not bad.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for playing. I'm going to end
Thank
the
you.
recording now.
You are listening to Words of Jen, where I read to you one piece of my writing in each and every episode. bookofjen.net